Good morning, everybody. I thought I would jump on here and do a live. I've not done a live on YouTube. I do lives on Facebook. I do lives on Instagram. I've done lives on TikTok. Yeah, I do lives on TikTok. But I thought, I'll do a live on here just to see how it works and what the engagement's like. But I'm all about mindset. That is my absolute passion. It really, really is. And the thing is you don't get anywhere in life if you don't change your mindset. And a lot of us have a very limited mindset. And what happens with that is, it stops you. You only get this far. Because when you're trying to move forward, you sort of hit this block and you just cannot get any further. So remove the limitations and the world's your oyster. You can achieve anything that you want to achieve. Listen, guys, I'm looking around my screen to see what all these things are going on around here. But listen, guys, if I can, and I keep saying this, I know I keep saying this, but if I can get to 60, and achieve what I've achieved, then so can you. And I've said in the last couple of videos, I'm ready to step out. I'm ready to step out and tell my story. So I'm doing it a little bit at a time because, believe you me, you don't want to hear it all in one go. But my life it's not been the worst, as I've said before, but it's not been the best. I'm not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I'm not somebody that's been born into money. I'm not somebody that's, got all these wealthy people around me sort of saying, here, I'll give you this to do this. No, I've had to start with nothing. And I've had to start with a lot of negativity. So I've had to battle through all of this literally all my adult life. As I say, if you'd watched my previous ones, I lost my mum when I was 21 and I was just actually starting my nurse training. Well, I was into my nurse training and, my world came crashing down. Everything just around me, I was consumed by so many negative vibes. I was completely lost, and then, I'd got these dreams and I'd got these adventures I wanted to go on and I'd got all of these things, but my life for quite a while came to a standstill. And then being the vulnerable person that I became, things get in the way, you get in relationships, and then everything that you dreamed of sort of disappears. I was looking for that attention. I was looking for that love and care that I actually felt was missing at that time. So, made some silly mistakes. I look back now and I think, oh my goodness, there were silly mistakes, but I wasn't in the right mindset. So I was very open to lots of things out there which weren't great opportunities. So I'd be in one relationship, I faced racism within a family, I faced hate in a family, within the same family, to be fair. So racism, hate, I was told I wasn't good enough, I was told I couldn't achieve anything, I was told I wasn't pretty, I was told that I'm useless, I was told all of these things. And when you're in that vulnerable state, you literally drink it in. You drink it in and you start to believe what everybody is telling you. And so I've gone through life believing that whenever I've done something, it's not been enough. Whether it be a qualification, whether it's been running a race, whether it's been fitness, whether it's been, eating healthy, all of those things. Whenever I've achieved those things, I always believed that they were not good enough. I wasn't good enough. And I went through my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, believing that I'd never achieved anything. And people would say to me, but Carolyn, you've given birth to 2 beautiful children. You've got 2, gorgeous children who are growing up and doing all the right things, and they're on the right side of the fence, they're on the right road and everything else. I threw all my love and all my passion and all my hard work into focusing on my children were my life, because that's all I'd felt I'd got, because I'd lost my sister when she was 4-year-old. I lost my mum when I was 21-year-old. My dad lived 6 hours drive away, so he wasn't on my doorstep. My brother lived in another country, in another European country. My sister, my half-sister at the time, was battling with her own issues, losing her mum because she was only 9, so she was battling with that. And I had nobody, and your friends at that time said, oh, we're going out, come and join us, I just wasn't in that right frame of mind. I just didn't feel that I fitted in anywhere. And so I went through this real struggle, this real battle, not knowing who I was and being, yes, very, 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 very vulnerable. Like I say now, at the age of 60, when I look back on these things, I'm not going to say I'm embarrassed by what I've done, but if I'd got a different mindset, then I wouldn't have made the choices that I made. And I know that we say it to our children. My children are adults now. We say it to our children: learn by your mistakes. We all make mistakes, and we have to make mistakes to learn. But I wasn't learning. I wasn't learning from my mistakes. I would make the same mistake over and over and over and over again. And so I wasn't achieving anything. I was just basically keeping myself in the same place. I call it sitting stuck in the mud. I was keeping myself in the same place. I was not moving forward because I'd got this blockage, and every time I thought I was taking a step forward, I'd just keep hitting this block. And this went on through, as I say, my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, right up until my 50s. I kept making the same mistake over and over and over again, and I couldn't understand why. And I truly believed that anything I achieved was not good enough. I had to work harder. I had to strive for more. And, and somebody actually said to me, it was a friend of mine, said to me, Carolyn, when are you going to stop striving? When are you going to stop trying to achieve? You've achieved so much. And I'm going, no, I haven't. And so I said, when I'm in a box. That was my answer. When I'm in a box. She says, so you're going to continue to work hard, Carolyn, until you're probably 80, 90. I said, I have to. This was my mindset. And as much as I talk about changing your mindset and striving and achieving, that's great. So I had got part of it, but what I had got, which I was wishing I hadn't got, was the blockage. Because every time I achieved something, I didn't think I'd achieved it. I didn't think that, I didn't think that I was getting anywhere. all I could see is I've got to try harder, I've got to try harder, I've got to try harder. But feeling like, and I hate this word, I absolutely hate this word, but feeling like I was a failure. That's how I was feeling. You know, I'm a failure. Guys, if I show you, I have a portfolio this thick with qualifications. I have got 5 stars for testimonials for everything that I've done. All right, I've got 1 4-star, you know, but I've got 5-star testimonials. I have supported and helped men and women as far as New Zealand and Fiji, helping them get on the right road. You know, I have got, crikey, I don't even know how many clients. You know, I've got 2,000, 3,000 clients that actually just praise everything that I do. But as I say, all through that time, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. There was a blockage. There was a blockage. The blockage was I did not believe in myself. You know, I did not believe in myself. I didn't think I was good enough. And when you don't think you're good enough, you're going nowhere. So let me see if I can find it. Then at 50, life changed. Life completely changed. Carolyn found the courage to actually say, enough is enough. I cannot go through this anymore. I was getting chest pains, palpitations. I was crying. I was shouting. I was frustrated. I was throwing things, you know. I used to sit there and I could feel the frustration building and building and building, whatever was in my hand. You know, it could be my phone. It could be a glass. It could be a ball. It could be anything, but wherever my fingers were reaching, it could be my laptop, and I'd literally just wallop and throw it, not aiming it at anybody, but this was the anger, this was the frustration. And yeah, 50, I didn't know then, you know, that I was going through menopause. I didn't know. You know, we women don't know what's happening. We get to this stage and life just takes control, and it's like you don't know. And then I was married at the time, and my husband would come home and he said, this woman at work says you've got menopause. And I was like, oh, who is this woman telling me this about me and whatever else? And I was so angry. You know, there's nothing wrong with me and all this, that and the other. Constantly, I felt I was being put down constantly. And so it got to a point, so at 50, and I've probably said it in my previous videos, my business was not going as well as it was. As I say, life was a struggle. My marriage was breaking down big time. My father was dying, and I had a 6-hour drive every single weekend. So I was working all through the week. Then at the end of the day, I would drive 6 hours, and I only had a little 1.2, 1.4 car. And I would drive up there. So it wasn't a luxury car where I was comfortable. You know, I would drive up there on a Friday night, go to my dad's house, sort his house out, go to the hospital, speak to the doctors, do what I'd got to do. Start sort of packing my dad's stuff up because I knew he wasn't coming back home. And then I would drive back on a Sunday night, 6 hours, then back to work on Monday. This was my life. I had a son my son was in university. He was struggling because of the stresses I was going through. And I needed to sort of try and keep strong so that he could get his degree. I had my daughter who was 9. She was at school, struggling a little with friends, and you know, it's a girly thing, you know, girls and school. Oh, it's not the same for guys, but girls and school. Oh. And so she was struggling with that. Her dad, my husband, was too busy doing his own thing. I asked for the help. Oh, I haven't got time. I've got, good morning, Louise. I haven't got time. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. So, you know, everything for me was like, you know, life is so hard. And I was crying, not knowing where to turn, not knowing what to do. And then it's like, it has to stop. It has to stop, because I'm going to end up in a box. You know, all he was doing was cursing me, saying, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do the other. And it was hell. Life was hell. Praise the Lord. The change came. The change came, and I went to work one day, and I was a safeguarding officer for 16 to 18-year-olds. And there was another safeguarding officer who was also a counsellor, and she was the safeguarding officer for adults. And I just said to her, "Can I come and have a chat?" And she said, yeah. So I chatted with her, and she told me a little bit about my relationship, and obviously because I don't want to go into too many details on here. And so she said, "Go and look it up, Carolyn." And I'm going, "Really? That's not me." She says, "Go and have a look." And I looked it up, and I read all these things that was going on in my life. And she's like going, I sat there now, Craig, there must be about 20 things. I said, oh, wow. I'm actually going through all of that. Wow, I never knew. And then a friend of mine came rolling up at my house just one day. She turned up, and she said, I said, "What are you doing here?" And she says, "We've been talking," her and a couple of my other friends. "We've been talking, and I don't know what's out there for you, Carolyn, but you need to get out of this." So that's two people telling me, you know, I need to get out. I know, Louise, I would like to write it in a book. I would love to write all of this in a book. That is one of my goals. To be honest, if somebody came and contacted me and said, "Carolyn, I will help you write this book," then I would go ahead and do it. I just don't know where to start to write a book. But you heard me say yesterday, Louise, I am going to start and write. I'm going to do an ebook, but it's all about mindset and planning and everything else. So I'll start with that. You know, I've done the PDF. I'm now going to then do the ebook, and then fingers crossed we'll start on the book at some point. But that is something I would absolutely love to do. I think part of me sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. I think part of me is holding back because I don't want to upset anybody else. So I'll come to the PDF in a minute. I hope you like it anyway, but I'll come to it in a minute. So the thing is what basically happened is I had to have a switch. You know, I sat there all alone, guys, all alone. And I know there's people out there that are in the same situation that I was, maybe worse, maybe not as bad, but it's a similar situation. It's not the same. Nobody's situation is the same, but they are very, very similar. Okay. So the thing is for me, I had to do it. I didn't know how, but I was brought up very, very strictly, very, very strictly. You know, we don't cry, we have to be strong. But my dad also said, this is life, you know, and my dad would say, life is you have to achieve, you have to be the best that you can be, you have to live this type of lifestyle. and it wasn't about the money, but it was the type of lifestyle you live. It's how you have to achieve the best and be the best and give 150% to everything you do. I was giving 150%, but I wasn't achieving. I didn't think I was. And so switch. And 10 years later, I think the death of my father really gave me that mindset shift, because something was said to me. And as I say, I have to be careful on here because I don't really know who listens, I don't know who watches, and I'm talking about individuals that I know pretty well, so I have to be careful. But someone actually turned around and said to me in a moment of frustration, anger, I was cursing and shouting and kicking off and whatever, and they turned around and said, "What would your dad be saying to you now if he saw you like this?" And I was so angry with this person that I turned around and said something to him I shouldn't say. And then I sat down and I just thought, my dad would be so ashamed of me. My dad would be so disgusted in the way that I am, because I was sent for deportment lessons as a teenager. My father said to me, "You're going to grow up to be a lady." As I say, he was all about achieving. It was all about being the best of the best. "You're going to grow up and be a lady." And so I had deportment lessons. I did do some catwalk modelling and stuff. And, if I just flick this back, these pictures up here of me, that's when I was 18, 19. This is when I was 35. So you can see I went down that road as well. And, sorry, just bear with me a second.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Carolyn,
yes, it is. Thank you. Sorry, somebody knocking at my door. Real life. And so, you're going to grow up and be a lady. And, if ever you are meeting the Queen, or if ever, you're at a big banquet, this is how my dad saw things, you're going to be able to present yourself properly and this, that and the other. My dad, even in my 40s, when I got to see him, would say, and I'm a mum, we're going to go and see Mrs. So-and-so, or, I told you we're coming up, so we're going to go and see her. I'm like, okay, go and get ready. So I'd go up and get ready. Obviously, for me, it's normal now, but I'd be stood at the bottom of the stairs, checking that I was dressed appropriately, checking that my shoes were clean, checking that my clothes were smart enough, clean enough, pressed enough, checking that, my posture, I stood up straight, all of these things, because he believed that when you walk into a room, you present yourself. It's not about money. It's about your presence. It's about presenting yourself. So, and I am so used to this, so used to it. I've grown up with this. I've got photographs of me as a young child in my pretty dress, my little ankle socks, and I'm stood, and you can't actually see, I don't know if I can bring it down, but I'm stood with my hands like this, holding my little dress out, and standing there all Miss Prim and Proper. And that was my life. That's how I was brought up. A lot of people would turn and say, "Oh my goodness," it was normal for me. But now, so when I got to 50 and somebody said, "What would your dad say?" Because all this verbal abuse was coming out of my mouth, and I was crying and I was shouting and I was stressed, and whoa, that's not my dad's daughter. So I said, this is when it all started to click in. Something has to change. I wasn't brought up to be this nasty, aggressive, vile person that I was becoming. And I don't know if it was you that said it last night in the live, Louise, but somebody says you didn't recognize yourself. And I did not recognize myself. When I look back now, I've looked at some photographs the other day, came across them as I was putting things on USB sticks and stuff, sort of cleaning my laptop out. And I thought, what's these photographs? And I came across, my face was like this. My eyes were popping out. I didn't even see any of that. And I remember a relationship further down the line that had, and I was showing these photos, and this guy said, I never want to see you look like that again. And I at that time, I thought I looked great. So I understand when people are, going through anorexia and stuff, they think they look wonderful. They're not seeing what other people are seeing. I wasn't anorexic, but clearly with all the stress and the anxiety, the weight was falling off. And I was like this, and I'm there doing the selfies thinking I look fabulous, but I looked horrendous when I look back now. So what I'm going to say is at 50, the mindset shift came. The mindset shift came because I knew I had to do something. And the mindset shift didn't come because I need to believe in me. The mindset shift, goodness me, it's a mouthful, came because I knew I had to move from the situation I was in. I knew that the situation, the environment I was in was sabotaging Carolyn. That's what it was doing. So I made the change. The first change I made was get out of this situation. So I got out of this situation. It was tearful. It was hard. It was, this was my family home. I loved my home. I loved where it is. I loved my garden. I loved all of those things. And I moved out of that into something smaller. I'm still here today. I moved out of that into something smaller. The house I'm in now never felt like home for years. It never felt like home. So I've been in this house now 10 years. Never felt like home. This was not my home. I had to start from scratch. I'd got nothing. And I had to start from scratch. So that's what I knew I had to do. And it's only when I actually walked away, moved into here, and the first night cried my eyes out thinking, I'm in this house. I'd got no carpets on the floor or no laminate or wood or anything. I'd got an old settee that my sister gave me that had got the cat had scratched it to bits. It was literally dropping to bits, but that's all I'd got. The only thing I said I was taking from the house was my children's beds and my dining table. So I'd got a dining table because the lady in Carolyn, we sat round the table to eat. Okay. So you can laugh at me. It's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time. So as long as my children had got a bed to sleep in, and as long as we could sit around the dinner table to eat, I was fine. That's what I moved in with. Nothing else. No carpets on the floor, no tiles on my kitchen floor. The house was a shell. It was a brand new house. It was a shell. And it's the house I moved into because it's all I could afford. I moved into this. I'm still here and I've made it home. You'll be glad to know. I've made it home. And so that's where it started for me. And then when I moved here and settled down, I realized that, okay, no more shouting, no more crying, no more cursing. All that had to stop because that wasn't doing me any favors. It was making me ill. And I'm thinking, here I am again, a single parent. Because I was a single parent that's another story. I was a single parent with my son. from the age of 1.5 and went through all the same stuff. And I was still getting some hassle from that, even when I became a single parent again. But it was like, that's all I could say. I'm a single parent again. At the age of 50. What a life. It wasn't a life. It was an existence. And so it all had to change. So that's where the changes started. But once I said, and this is where I talk about mindset, once I said, no more stress, no more tears, no more cursing, no more shouting, that's when I started to love myself, because I'd put myself as a priority. I started to put myself first. And the thing I say to every single one of you, when you're doing a mindset shift, that is priority. You are a priority. So make sure you put yourself first, because unless you put yourself first, nothing else is going to happen. So Louise, you got the PDF, you put yourself first at the top. That's where you are. And so once I started to do that, all the other stuff started to happen. So it was hard. I didn't even realize what was happening. But can I just say to you, through all the time that I've worked in health and wellness, from nursing even to this present day, I did not know that I was helping other people with their mindset shift. I didn't know. And it's only this year, since COVID, that I've now decided to take the mindset shift by the horns and say, do you know something? This is where I'm good at something. This is my purpose in life. This is what I'm on this earth to do. And so here I am. I trained as a life coach. I trained as a tutor. I trained as a nurse. I trained as a sports remedial therapist. I've trained as a fitness instructor. I've trained as a pain practitioner. I'm a trained life coach, and all of these things I've done. But the one thing that stands out from every single thing I've done, ladies and gentlemen, is mindset. And if you go through my testimonials, they're all, like I say, they're all 5 stars. I've got one 4-star, but it's a 5-star one. It's a 4-star. It's just that person said, oh, I don't give people 5 stars. So one's a 4-star. But through all my testimonials, I've read them and gone, oh, thank you. And just being humble and polite and everything. But looking back on them now, every single one talks about how Carolyn listens, how Carolyn, is supportive, how Carolyn, has advised me, how even the touch from Carolyn has changed how they think, how they feel, all of those things. And it's only just recently when I looked and thought, do you know, what is the one thing I want to bring online? What is the one thing that I have done that I know I can do and I am good at? Can you see now? I was never good at anything, but I was good at a lot of things, but didn't realize it. What is the one thing I am good at? The one thing that I am good at is mindset. So this is where I am now, at the place I wish I had been when I was 20 years old, when I was 30 years old, because I would have now been at the top of my tree doing what I'm doing, because this is natural. This is not staged. This is not scripted. This is natural. Even the PDF, Louise, that you've got is not scripted. It comes from the heart. It's things that I know I can do, that I did, that will help you. I know that. And so once I started to put myself priority, once I started to think, I'm not going to do these things, that's where the mindset came. And the mindset has developed over time. Now, we talk about we talk about, just getting something up that I want to read to you. We talk about mindset. The majority of us have a limited or a fixed mindset, which means we're just going to keep hitting that block. Okay? What you need is a growth mindset. Okay? A fixed or a limited mindset is very, very static. It's just boom, that's it. You're never going to get further than that. You hit the boundary and that's it. A growth mindset is you get beyond that and you can grow. That's where you need to be. You need to be behind this limitation and grow. And when you want to achieve anything, that's where you achieve it. Once you get past your limitations, once you step out of your comfort zone and you get here and you go, whoa, you start to fly. Okay, so what's the difference? So here we go. And I'm going to pop this. I found this post this morning and I'm going to actually pop it on my Perfect Balance business page. So that's facebook.com, the Perfect Balance. Actually, it is facebook.com, the Perfect Bala 1. I'm trying to think. Let me just write it. So my Facebook is, let me just write this in here, .com, facebook.com. So there you go. That's the Facebook page. Go and follow the Facebook page, or go and follow me on Instagram. All of these should come up under this live. This is my, and that is my Instagram. Okay, so if you go on those, you can sort of see the posts that I put up. I do my own. I think my post this morning is, and I'm trying to think what I did this morning. I do my own motivational post. My post this morning was, or is, because it's still morning, is I fought. Here, I wrote it down. I struggled, I fought, I did it. So can you. Change your mindset, change your life. I'm living proof, guys. I'm living proof. I'm sat here. I'm living proof. Change my mindset. I'm here. I'm telling the story. I'm happy. I'm engaged. I'm going to be moving to Arizona in a couple of years. My life has completely turned around. I've achieved. I'm achieving. I'm happy. I believe in myself. I'm a priority. I come first. So I know if I can do it, you can. But you don't have to do it alone anymore. You've got me now. You've got me. And there's lots of ways. I can do one-to-one coaching. I can do, I've got Finding Your Perfect Balance 3-week program you can have. I've done a free PDF, which I will come to in a second. And I'm about to start today writing an ebook it's going to be like a little bit of a journal. So there'll be quotes, there'll be things where you can put in your fears and your are you? There you go. I like it, Louise. I'll come back to that in a minute. So I've not forgotten these. I will come back. I just want to get this out and then I can come back and answer questions and things like that. So the thing is I know, guys, if I can do it, you can. But let's just go through this. And, and if you want anything from me, you just need to ask me. Say, Carolyn, could you put me this together? Or could you do this? Or could you do that? I'm happy to take things on. The suggestions have to come from you because because I want to give you the best that I can possibly get. I'm not going to say I can give everything away for free, because I also have to earn a living. So, but if I want to keep things affordable for people, the ebook, I'm only going to be charging £2, $2, or whatever it is equivalent in the States or whatever. But, in the UK, it will be £2. Everybody can afford £2. Even me, when I was financially strapped, I could afford £2 if I knew it was going to be something that helped me. So that's what I'm working on today. So let's go through the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. I'm not sure if live videos actually get stored on my Facebook channel. I'm not sure if they do. So if they don't, I'm going to have to do this again. So, but it'll not be as long as this one. So what is it? I'm going to tell you the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. I found this today and it says it perfectly. A fixed mindset leads to a desire to look smart and therefore a tendency to, oh, I don't need to read you all that bit because that doesn't mean anything to you guys. So a fixed mindset, you avoid challenges. With a growth mindset, in fact, what I'll do is I'll go through the fixed mindset so you can see what that is. That's probably better. So these are the things of a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset, you avoid challenges. You ignore criticism. You put less effort in. You are threatened by the success of others. Oh, we've all been there. You see yourself as a failure. I've been there too. You have the attitude, why should I bother? Your intelligence and your talents are fixed. You hit a block. You're going no further. So that is a fixed mindset. Now, the one we all want, the one I've now got, the one I want you to work on and get, is a growth mindset. With a growth mindset, you begin to embrace challenges. You no longer have that fear. You will step out of your comfort zone and you will say, I am going to achieve. I am going to take on that challenge. I am going to face that obstacle. I am going to get over it no matter what. Okay? You actually learn from criticism. So somebody says, you've done that wrong, or you didn't really write that right, or whatever. You go, okay, I'll change it. I'll look at this. I'll do this. Doesn't mean say you're not going to do it, but what you will do is you will learn from it, and learning is improvement and progression. You put in, this is with a growth mindset, you put in more effort. I'll tell you, you put in a hell of a lot more effort. Okay? So, because you're wanting to grow. And instead of being threatened by the success of others, you are inspired by the success of others. You look at them and you go, this is where I am. You look and you go, I want that. I want to be the best that I can be. I want to be, Oprah Winfrey is one of the people I inspire. Really, really is. As I know a lot of people, and the reason I am inspired by her is because she's normal. She's gone through her struggles, very different to mine, but the same sort of mindset. And she's pushed through it and she's come out the other side, and she has achieved what she's achieved by telling her story. And when somebody comes with an issue or a problem or a concern or a dilemma or anything, she understands. She's got compassion. She's got empathy. And I'm inspired by people like that. I'm not inspired by people that go, hey, look at me. You can't even look at me. No, that doesn't inspire me. There are some, I'm actually doing a marketing and sales program by a gentleman called Grant Cardone. Some people will look at him and think he's big-headed and he's this, and he's not big-headed. He's achieved. And why shouldn't he share his success? But what he's actually saying is, you can do this too. This is what I got. This is where I came from. I came from nothing and I managed to achieve this. That's what I like about people. So, these sort of people are who I'm inspired by. So with a growth mindset, instead of you being threatened by others' successes, you are inspired by them. It's funny because people are now actually saying to me, Carolyn, you inspire me so much. And I'm still working my way up that ladder. But, when I hit, I'm like, wow, because that's all I want to do. I want to inspire other people. I want people to achieve. What else is there? As a fixed mindset or limited mindset, I said to you that you see yourself as a failure. With a growth mindset, there's no such thing as failing. All you're taking is a different route. That's all you're taking. You go, well, I've not failed. I've just taken a different route. I'll still get there. With a growth mindset, you want to keep learning. Look at me. Hey, guys, look at me. I want to keep learning. In 3 days, no, not 3 days, maybe a week now, I bought 3 books. I've started reading this one. And this one is all about, it's by a fab lady called Gina DeVee, and it's The Audacity to be Queen. And it talks about everybody lives a queen. In every woman, it lives a queen who is confident, poised, and clear on her calling. She is bold. She's unapologetic. Drawing from her spiritual connections and feminine nature, she accesses the power to manifest her desires and fulfill her purpose. Come on, ladies. So I'm reading that. And then I've got this other one, Queen of Your Own Life. In fact, this was the last one. So this last one they got in stock when I ordered it. And this book is about the grown-up woman's guide to claiming happiness and getting the life you deserve. It talks about the 7 gifts and that you'll discover, and it's claim your beauty and feel your power, clean your mental closet and find your queen voice, admire yourself for who you've become, and so much more in that one. And then I've got this one, the Rhonda Bryn, or Brian, however you pronounce it, who did the Secret, the book The Secret. It's also done one called The Magic. And in this one, let's see what I can. Well, here you go. May the magic open up a new world for you and bring you joy for your entire existence. This is my intention for you and the whole world. And it says in here that this book reveals this life-changing knowledge to the world. Then on an incredible 28-day journey, she teaches you how to apply this knowledge to your everyday life. So no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what your current circumstances, this book, The Magic, is going to change your entire life. Now, they all sound great. I can't wait to get reading, but I'm too busy doing a marketing course. So the thing is out of all of these books, this is about self-development. This is about me building on my own self-development, but also building on helping you. I've also got, relationships, another book. Absolutely love it. For those of you who are going through bad relationships, all to do with your mindset, there's this book, another guy I love and I follow, Stephen Labossiere. This is his book. I think this is the first book he wrote, and it's The Man God Has for You. It's not teaching you how to go and find a man. He's teaching you to look at yourself and look at things that you don't want rather than the things that you do want, because that's where we all make mistakes. I've done it myself, and oh crikey, I look back, yeah, I've done it myself. And then I have another book, when you are in a relationship, the love languages, how you get on with your partner, what's their love language, what's yours. And then I've got another book. I've had this one for years and years and years. Transform Your Life. I got this when I was actually learning to be a life coach. I still use it to this day. How to get real results. And then I have, now this book is years old, but I still use it. Assess Your True Potential. This is full of exercises and all sorts of things. In fact, I don't even know when this was published. Let me have a quick look. me just see when it was first published. And I'll tell you, 1993. 1993, this book. I've had this since I qualified as a before as a life coach. I qualified as a life coach in 2000. I've had this book for years, but it's still, nothing changes, guys. Nothing changes at all. You know, all of these books are saying the same thing, no matter what your situation, no matter what you're going through in life. Learning. So when you've got a growth mindset, you are continuously learning. Yes, you can. Yes, you can get the love languages on Amazon. I'll go through that again in a second. So when you've got a growth mindset, you want to continue to learn. And, you know, and when you're learning, your intelligence and your talents develop more. So can you see the difference between a fixed mindset or a limited and a growth mindset? That is where you want to be. That is where I am now, ladies and gentlemen. And like I say to you, for me now, there's no boundaries. For me now, it's if I want to say no to something, I will say no. I was actually interviewed yesterday for a post as a health and wellness advisor. I was asked if I was interested in it. I'm like, I work from home. Okay, let's. And I went and I smashed it. Absolutely smashed the interview. And the thing is they'd already said, would you be in, when can you start? I could start today, because I work from home, working with them. But I said 2 weeks. I needed to come home and think about it. I've come home and thought about it. I'm not going to take it. And the reason I'm not going to take it is because, one, they can't pay me what I'm worth. Two, I don't want to be facing challenges now at 60 that I used to face when I was younger. I don't want to do it. I love the position, but when I look at the pros and the cons, it's sort of like, okay, I think I'm a bit older now. I could deal with it when I was younger, but can you see what I'm saying? Now at my age, I know what I'm worth. Financially, emotionally, physically, I know what I'm worth. I'm in this fabulous, fabulous relationship, but I'm not tolerating any of the stuff that I used to tolerate. There's things I don't like. So if they can be the most handsomest guy in the world, but if they came with those issues and those things, I don't want it because I don't need it. So because of that, because I've now looked at things I don't want, I'm in the happiest place with the most wonderful fiance ever. I've said to him, why couldn't I have met you when I was in my 20s? Things would have been, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. So I'm now, because of this, because of me, because what I've worked on, I'm happy. People say, how do you look so well at 60? The reason I look so well at 60, guys, is because I take care of me. I take care of, my health. I take care of my well-being. I take care of my emotional health, my physical well-being, my mental health. I take care of all of it. Because if I don't take care of it, nobody's going to take care of it. It's not just about exercise. It's not just about eating a few healthy meals. It's not just about I don't ever have facials. Never have a facial. I might do myself the odd one now and again. The last time I had a facial was about 3 years ago. I don't do facials. So I don't I'm saying I don't exfoliate. I use Nivea. I have this face wash that I use in the morning. It's got those little gritty bits in, and it's just a facial wash. I use that. I moisturize every single day from top to bottom. Nivea, you know, I ought to tag all these, shouldn't I, in my live if it's saved? You know, Nivea, this is all I've done for years. That's all I've done. I went shopping last week and the Nivea was on sale. I'm sticking them in my trolley, and because that's all I use. My beauty routine is literally nothing. What do I spend? Let's say £10 for my beauty routine. I wear makeup, but you can see I don't wear loads of makeup. You know, I don't smoke. I do like a glass of wine, I do like a gin and tonic, but I don't do it to the extreme. I don't drink every night. You know, a friend might come round on a Saturday. Well, that's limited now because of COVID, but, you know, my friend might say, oh, we'll have a bottle of wine. We have one bottle of wine between us, you know, and then we're like that. We're tired. You know, I go out and do a 30-minute run every other day. But I'm running. I probably walk faster than I jog. I just do it round the park. There is no secret to looking well at 60. There are so many people out there said, if you do this for so many days and you do that for so many days, you're going to look like this. No, you're not. It's hard work. It's hard work. And the way you start is with this, with you. That's where you start. So I've been on here nearly an hour, so I'm going to have to go because I've got lots of things to do. So let's go back to where. So let's start. I have done a PDF. It's for free. And it's 10 ways to reset your mindset. And it's talking about the things that I am talking about. And all of these things in here is what I have done myself. You've got it, Louise. So you'll see on day 1, it talks about starting each day with a positive thought. And the thing is, I pray. You may not want to pray. You know, what I used to do years ago is, you know, prayer is whatever you see it as. I would lie in my bed sometimes and I would pray to my mum. I would talk to my mum and ask for help because I missed her. So I did all of that. You know, some people talk to the universe. I now do. I pray and I talk to God. I've learned to have God in my life. You know, I'm not somebody who goes to church. I listen to gospel music whenever, every Sunday without doubt. But, you know, I can sit here now working and I'll just have the gospel music on. And I don't know if you've ever sat and done that, or hymns or gospel music or anything like that. But I've sat here and something just touches me and I can just break down in tears. And I had this conversation with somebody who said, you've been touched. Might sound a bit far-fetched to some people, but you know, it works for me. So however you start your morning, make sure it's a positive one. And one of the things, and there's a video out there, and it's a military guy, you know, he's top ranking. And Enya's fab. I love Enya. But, you know, this guy said, the first thing you should do in the morning is make your bed. Now, nothing gets more positive of that, and it gets you into doing things throughout the day. I was brought up to make my bed. So, yeah, I was stripped up. My dad was in the Air Force. So, and my grandfather was chief of police. So I really didn't have much chance. You know, it's inbred. But the thing is, you know, make my bed. And I'm still now, I get so frustrated with my kids, they're adults now, don't make the bed. It's like, oh, make your bed. But my daughter does. She throws a quilt on, but that to me is not making your bed. Oh, I have to fold my sheets over, because I have a sheet under my quilt cover, put my quilt on, puff my pillows up, put them up, put my little cushions on, and everything's lined up. And I have a throw across the bottom to match my cushions. And I do that every single morning. It's the first thing I do before I even have a shower. It's the first thing. Make my bed, open my blinds. It's a great feeling. So, you know, start your day with a positive thought. Thing is you need to do it every single day. It takes about 21 days for it to become a habit. Okay, so don't do it just one day. You have to do it every single day. So whatever your positive thought is, every single day without fail. And you don't have to do all the 10 things all at once in the PDF. You can just say, I'll do one and work on that. And then after 21 days, say, right, I'm ready to start another. This by then would last you about 10 months, or you can do a couple. It's however it works for you. There is no one shoe fits all. It's however it works for you. Do you know, but I want you to come back and give me feedback as to how it's working for you. Because what I might do in time is think, oh, I'm going to do another one, you know, on something else. So I need your feedback as how it works for you. So there's your PDF. Now, if you want the PDF, all you need to do is email me. So email me for the PDF. Hang on. You can email me at okay. So if you want that, you can email me there. So if you know anybody, Louise, that wants it, take that email address and then they email me and I will send it to them. I've actually made a little address book with all the people who want the PDF so that I can keep you up to date with anything else that I'm bringing in. So that's a freebie. It's 5 pages. Louise, just answer me, do you like the PDF? Do you like it? Just let me know. Also, I am writing an ebook, which I have said I will be selling for £2. And again, I'll let you know when that's up and ready. That's going to probably take me a little while to put together. My mind, I've got it 2 weeks. So I'm going to start that today. Glad you like it, Louise. And then I have a package, a program, a 3-week program that I will be putting on my website very, very soon. You can still have it now if you wanted, but I just need to get it on my website because it's all there. It's all ready. I've been trialing it with people, getting great feedback. And that's for £125. That's a 3-week finding your perfect balance. And I will coach you through that. You just have to download a Just Coach app, which will then allow me to send the package to you. And you have to check in with me, guys, every single day. And you have to answer questions to let me know what your obstacles were, what your challenges were, how you got over them, what your solution was, what you've learned that day. So all of that is in the package. And then, you know, if you're struggling, I can arrange to do a quick Zoom with you to say what you're struggling with, how we're going to get you through this. You know, but so there's that. I have got a membership group that I've sort of put on the back burner for now because I'm doing all these other things, but that is still out there. But I'm trying to change all that because I think doing the PDFs, doing the ebooks, doing the packages will be good. I'm also trying to, I would love to stock things like happiness journals, self-development journals, all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking into that and finding things that I like because I want nice quality stuff. So what I'm basically trying to do is have things that's there for anybody at any price. So literally starting at free up to hundreds of pounds or whatever. So people can say, oh, that one fits in with what I want. So it's actually making things available to everybody from every walk of life. Really, so you're not left out, you're not being isolated. So that's where I am with that. And you know, on my PDF at the top I've put, and this is so true, guys, thoughts, actions, achieve. Okay, And you've got a little smiley going like that. So there you go. And that's how life works. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed my live. If you have enjoyed my live, it's the first live I've done on YouTube, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, but I also do a live on Facebook. So if you join my Facebook, did I put my I put my Facebook on there. If you join me on Facebook, I can then send you an invite to join my Facebook group, which is the Perfect Balance Health and Lifestyle Community. And I also do a live on TikTok. That's a bit fast paced. That's not as in depth as this. I'm hoping you probably get more from this than you do on the TikTok. But I try to get on every platform possible. So, I will do lives on here again. I'm not sure how often I will do lives on here, and maybe one a week or something, but I will be doing little short videos each day. I need to see if this will store. If not, I'm going to have to do a little short video, but we'll see. So I thought you had to have something like 10,000 to be able to do a live. But that's from your mobile, so I'm sat on my laptop. It's coming out okay, so that's great. So hopefully I can build my subscribers on here. Hopefully I have given you some food for thought. Hopefully you can see that Carolyn here has achieved it. I'm still working on it, guys. So come on my journey, work with me. I'll tell you now, I'm going to be successful. There's my goal. I'm going to be successful. I would love to be a TV presenter or a radio presenter doing what I'm doing right now. I would love, say, an hour's slot on the TV or on the radio doing this. I have got a podcast. I actually think I prefer this. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get rid of the podcast and do this instead. I don't know, because I can't do it all day, every day on all these different platforms. But no. So that's my goal. What's your goal? What is your goal? Pop a comment in here. What is your goal? What is your long-term goal? What is your short-term goal? What is your medium-term goal? So your short-term goal might be something you want to do at the end of the month. Your medium-term goal might be something you want to do in a year, or 2 years. Your long-term goal is where you eventually want to be. So it might be, where I want to be in 10 years' time. My goal, my ultimate goal is in sight now. It's in sight. I can see it. I just can't touch it yet, but it's there. I can actually see it now. And I know I'm on the right road. And I say on all my lives, don't get distracted by the shiny things that sit here at the side of you and you're going, oh, what's that? Because the thing is you get distracted. It pulls you away from your own journey. So stay on your journey. Stay on it. Stay on your road. Get your blinkers on. Stay focused. Don't be distracted by this and this. Like I say, there's so much out there. Open up your mind, get a growth mindset. Start looking at and researching other things to help you. Don't rely on other people to do it for you, because that ain't going to happen. You want to be like Carolyn. If you want to look like Carolyn, you want to look as healthy as Carolyn, you may not be 60 yet. You may not be 50. You may not be 40. It's no good waiting till you are 60 and then saying, I want to be like you. Look after yourself. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Putting yourself first isn't selfish. It's not arrogant. Put yourself first. Take care of you. Don't sort of put all your worries out to the world and think something's going to come back, because it's not. What's going to come back? You're going to get somebody like me that's going to kick your butt and say, come on, get on with it. I'm here to support you. One thing you guys have got that I never had is the support. I'm here. All right, I have to charge for my support because that's what I trained in. and I have to earn, it's like somebody going to work in the supermarket or the store or whatever they're doing. You've got to earn. Oh, sorry. You've got to earn, bless me, you've got to earn money to pay your bills. I've still got to pay my bills. But, I have to do it myself. So do you. But you've got the support of me. So come on, guys. I know you can do it. Get your bottoms off the bottom of that soggy pit. You are literally drowning down there. First thing you need to do is stand up. Stand up and go, I'm ready. If you're going to sit there, you're going to sit there for a long time. You're going to have a soggy backside. So stand up. Let's go. You want to lose weight? Get on with it. Mindset. I'm going to do it. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm in control of this. This is about me. Come on, Louise, you can do it. Moved to Georgia with my wife and son. Get a job helping people. Like it. Like it. Love it. Lots of paperwork. Lots of paperwork to be done. So, guys, just be who you are. You don't need to justify who you are to anybody else. Just be you. Come on, start working on yourselves. So there you go. Let me just see if I missed anything, Louise. Right, where can you get this love languages from? I was actually sent this one, but you can purchase it. You can purchase this from Amazon. This particular one, I think there's a few out there, Louise. But this particular one is by Gary Chapman. So that's Gary Chapman, and you can buy it on Amazon. I don't know how much it is, but you can actually buy it. And it is only, you've got quizzes, you've got questions at the end, which I like about it. Well, how many pages in it? About 205, something like that, about 205. So it's not a big thick book. So come on, guys. I'm going to sneeze again in a minute, so I'm sorry. I don't know why. Sorry. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, guys, come on. Let's start making a change in our lives. It's up to you. You're accountable to you. So let's get on with it. Anything else I missed from you, Louise? I think I've answered everything. Okay, guys. So if you want to lose weight, Louise, start with this. Start with you. The rest will begin to happen. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you either on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on here. But make sure you subscribe to my channel. Get other people to subscribe to my channel. If you think this is going to help somebody, get them to subscribe to my channel. And because I will be on here, I am loving what I'm doing. I'm loving that I'm seeing I'm making a difference. So guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Bye.